Hello, my name is Dan with Fathers for All. I wanted to take a moment today to just do a little bit about me so you guys kind of have an idea of who I am and where I'm coming from. I'm 42 years old and I got married to my wife at the age of 21. It was 1997, and we tried for a long time to have kids. We did the shots, we even tried IVF, and everything failed. And there was a lot of praying and a lot of questioning. We got a chance to see a lot of our family members have kids before us, and a lot of times we were questioning whether or not we were going to have kids. But finally, our daughter came along, and completely natural. And then shortly thereafter, my son came along, and so we have now two kids, 5 and 3, and I love them to pieces. They're the best. Growing up, when I was just getting ready to go into high school, my mom got sick with breast cancer. It was shortly after my sister was born, and she was born in 1985, and shortly thereafter they discovered the tumor, and my mom went through the process of getting that removed, and then an ongoing battle with chemotherapy and just about everything. And it was like the cancer became its own living organism trying to survive inside my mother, really. It spread from one section to another and eventually got into her bone system. And initially, after the first year, we thought, well, we might be out of the woods. But a 5-year battle, she finally passed away in 1990, and it was a difficult time for everyone, and probably one of the most difficult times for myself and my family. And I know many of the wonderful friends and family that we had around us. I can't say how much help and support that we got from friends and family in our lives during those very difficult years. And looking back on that time, and looking back on times with my mom and stuff, I realized she was the one who was always behind the camera. She was always the one taking photos and capturing moments, and there was very few times where she was in front of the camera. And in fact, as most moms and parents are today, I know there's a lot of them out there that they say, don't take my picture. I don't want to be in, I don't look good, or just, no, I don't. You know what? It's okay to be documented. It's okay to have your kids take a photo of you. It's okay to do something uncomfortable, like do a video and post it on YouTube, because quite honestly, I don't feel comfortable in front of the camera. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, to do videos like this, because the concept of doing this video came to me. Initially, I wrote a note, and I wouldn't have known the date if I hadn't wrote the note. It was December of 2015 that I had this idea of doing this. But I think a year or two before that, I had concepts of archiving my advice and just different things about my life for my kids. And it's important, if you feel like you don't want to be in front of the camera or shouldn't be in front of the camera, it's okay that you are, because it will serve as a memory for you, for your family, for your kids. I look back and I've seen some old videos of my mom and with family, and they become very treasured keepsakes because I get a chance to hear my mom's laugh. I get a chance to hear her voice and hear how she talked, and even hear a little bit of her humor, which was always it was off the charts. It was fun. I know a lot of family might be watching this and remembering moments where she would bring a whoopee cushion into a public place and sneak it in under someone's seat unsuspecting. And so much so that she became so popular for it that there were certain people that avoided sitting next to her. They knew that she would pull some type of prank or joke on them. In fact, I remember being at a restaurant. It was a Mexican restaurant, and there was someone that I don't want to sit next to her. I'm gonna sit over here, because they knew that they thought that they would be safe. But little did he know that she rallied the support of some friends, and he comes back from using the restroom, and sure enough, as he sat down, she got someone else to slide the whoopee cushion underneath his seat. And I remember he sat down, it made that farting noise, and everybody kind of looked at him, and of course his initial reaction was to stand right back up. And so instead of sitting down and just trying to let it go over, he stood up, and that even brought more attention to him. Like he was standing up like he was saluting or something. I don't know. At least that's the way I remember it. I may be way off, but oh my gosh, it was funny. And there's probably another story or two of some of the jokes that she had pulled that I have that I'll share with you down the road. But it's things like, this. I look back and I go, I want to archive some of this for you. And that's kind of where this channel came out of. I wanted to be able to archive a little bit of my life and a little bit of the things that I've picked up and share it with you guys. And if it's beneficial, helpful, or even funny, then so be it. Some other things, I work for a great company as an inventory specialist, a coordinator, and that's one of my main jobs. And then I've also been working in my church. Seems like as long as I've been married, I've been working in the church in some form, doing some type of ministry. The other experience that I have with youth, I've been working with our youth ministry for it seems like well over 15 years, and going to youth retreats and ministering to them and stuff. So I'm sure you've seen in the logo, there is a cross in the floor, and that's no coincidence. It's very intentional, because quite honestly, I couldn't do a lot of the things I do without the support of my Heavenly Father, and without the guidance that I feel I've gotten from being in a relationship with God and with Jesus Christ. There's a lot of knowledge that I have that has come out of my relationship with the Lord and my walk with Him. And I hope that will be an encouragement to you. I hope it doesn't turn too many off, but I'm sure it will, because it's not an easy thing to hear sometimes, some of the things that are taught there. I hope you enjoyed this video. It probably went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but that's a little bit about my history, and maybe in some future videos I'll share some hopes and dreams for this channel. Thanks.